discussion. Now on day 7 we are working with project work, but in with project work we are going to see how we will do a project management. So let's see with RPA SDLC. What is SDLC full form?
Software development lifecycle.
Correct. Lifecycle management, RPA lifecycle. Let's see. So you can take any life cycle that is available, because most of that will be the same. So if you see here, there are few things like RPA candidate identification. Let me just add it over here, and this goes in here. So we'll go with SDLC. First one, what is that? RPA identification. Next, assessment and prioritization. Next, design. Assessment and next, design, development, testing, deployment, change management, monitoring and change management. Okay, so each and every item or each and every stage has its own values. Now, identification of a particular item, in our use case we have already identified that there is a document, or we have already identified a use case and we are trying to automate it, right? But before identifying, let's see, in this particular page, in this particular web page, there are multiple activities that we can do, like we can select a product, beverages, select a product, one item, view details. We can select all the details. We can make an order quantity, like we can order a quantity. Okay, continue shopping. I can do whatever I want. Let's say that adding to cart is one automation. Okay, but store listing, this is the listing that I have. So I need to search for one of the zip code, and I need to search by address, and I can state with select with store. I can do that. So all these are different types of activities that we can do in this particular, like, complete process. Now there is difference between task mining and process mining. So for example, we are guys, can you listen my voice? Team, can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, sorry, we missed. So there is a difference between process mining and task mining. So when you are going with task, that's only one activity that you are doing. For example, if you want to monitor a folder, and whenever there is a new file, move that file to a different location. So that is one task of a complete process. Okay, but when you are going with task activities or when you are going with process activities, that will be completely different. Like in process, you will see much more than that. Like whatever we are doing now, it's a process, it is not one single task. Okay, a process will be an end-to-end activity from the requirement till the end. Like okay, after that there will be no other step, or that will be moved to a different other steps. Okay, now assessment and prioritization, let's say that we have 5 or 10 items to be automated. We will see which one takes a priority. For example, I need to, there is a sale that's going on and all the products need to be updated with new sale prices. So for that I need to run the bot, and this is one automation, and whatever we are trying now is one more automation. So which one takes priority, the sale one or listing of the items? So that I need to decide as a product manager. Like as a developer, you cannot decide which one is the priority ones. As a product owners who are responsible for the solution, or who takes that solution and works with them, they are responsible, so they will prioritize. So in this we've identified inventory management. Okay, assessment is prioritized. Yes, and in design we will check with few things. Okay, so we will.
Vatsangara,
Hmm.
1 second. Sorry. Are you sharing your screen? Because I'm not able to see.
Yeah, sure, I will do it. Thank you. Now can you see it?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, now with respect to design, there are two things that will come into design or documentation, design and documentation. So here, um, if on Friday I explained you like how to do this process or what I want, but later you need to come back as a developer, you need to come back and tell me what you have understood, whether whether you have understood, is it correct or not, from where did the input come. Okay, so all these things you need to create it. So here we will go with creation of PDDs. Okay, which is called as process design document. Okay, next, the fourth one is with the development. So based on the PDD we will complete the development. Okay, next, testing. This we will check later, but few things here. How do we create a PDD? What is the format? What do we need to add in the PDD? So for this, instead of I do all the activities, I use something called task capture. So this is available for free for everyone. UiPath task capture, download. So this is a community license item. Copy link. You just need to fill in some details and then you can download it and install. Okay, just fill in the details, you will get the link to download and install. Okay, so tomorrow everyone, I am expecting you to complete the PDD code. You can see later. Good that Chetan have already completed. If you want to go ahead and check and run the code, that's fine, go ahead and do it. But if you write the code by yourself, that's when you're going to know. Okay, don't come back and say that I haven't written anything. You need to work on it. Next, I have task capture open. Task capture, so this is my task capture. Enter. So what it does, it will record whatever I do. Let's see, this is version 21.10 preview. Maybe the new version will have more add-ons, but just check that. Okay, now let's create a new document. So here there are different options that are available. You can capture a process or you can build a diagram. I can do the activities. Okay, so I'm trying to start or build a diagram. So this one, let's save it. New title, file, save as. Okay, let me just add it back to GitHub code Vajrang. Okay, August 2022. This is week 2 project. Week 2. So we'll completely keep it as a different project. So this week 1 and this is week 2. Okay, and in this let's create our PDD. Okay, and um, as is, right now I'm working on as is process diagram. Later we can check with to be process diagram. That's fine. Okay, now see here, we can, these are just again drag and drop diagrams. So this is used to create whatever you want. So first one, what is the first step that we need to do? What is the
Log into the
first
website.
step? Exactly. Training.openspan.com. So here I can just click on capture. So what it will do, it will start preparing, or it will start all the activities that I do. Start capturing all the activities that I do. Okay, start a capture. So here, number of actions, action title, uh, enter username. Okay, and next one, enter password. Okay, you can click on pause. So user, password. Okay, I can resume back and I can click on this particular button. Click on login. Okay, pause. Never. Okay, so once I go to that, I will stop. So here if you see, there are list of items that are coming in. So instead of having all these activities, I will just write log into Pega application. But while doing log into Pega application, there are multiple things. Navigate to URL. You can also add one activity. Add an empty action. Navigate to Pega application. Application URL. Okay. Insert an image. I can take it, or I can also take a screenshot. Back. So see, navigate to Pega, enter username, enter password. So I can just delete this one, delete. So I got all the steps. Now after logging into Pega, then what is the next step that I need to do? Navigate to inventory, is it right?
Yeah, click on inventory.
Inventory. So for this I need to start capture again. So this is what a BA will do. So how will a developer understand what need to be done? So a BA need to do all these activities. Start capture, click on inventory. Okay, and then here navigate to inventory. Okay, and then just inventory navigation successful. Inventory screen. Okay, this is inventory screen. Stop. Navigate to inventory. Okay, we will also add one more activity. Capture more actions. If I want to add more activities, I can do that. Start capture. Extract all the inventory table. Okay, stop. So after extracting all the inventory table, navigate to inventory and extract details. All data. So if this is successful, then what I need to do? I need to add a sequence. Write to inventory sheet. Okay, if it is not successful, see, this is the difference between a project. Now whatever he have done, he have taken everything as a happy path. Whatever happened is a happy path. If there is any error, he don't know what to do, or the bot don't know what to do. Is it right? It will just throw an error. What if that fails? What if things did not work properly? Okay, if this is successful, yes. If this is not successful, throw exception and retry. Retry thrice and then throw send email. Send exception email. Or else we can take something like this. Whatever he have done is an as is process. So let's not worry about this activity. So let's only write whatever we know. Okay, paste. So we are taking all the extract activities, writing to inventory. So after writing inventory, then what is the next step? What is the next step?
Beverages. Go to beverages, seasonings.
Go to beverages and seasonings. Okay, so what I will do, in the interest of time, extract beverages. Okay, so the capture, start capture. Okay, products, start a capture. Beverages, and then extract beverages. So I will just try to click on beverages. So click on beverages, hover on products, click on beverages, or navigate to beverages. Okay, and next one is extract all beverage items. And stop. This is done. Extract all beverages. Okay, so I'm just adding this activity inside this one, extract all beverages. Write to beverages sheet. Excel sheet in Excel. Okay, now next, what is the next step? Extract seasonings. Okay, so in the interest of time, let's do it. That's fine. This is the first time, right? Maybe from the next project you can do all these things. Okay, start capture. Okay, next extract seasonings. So, stop. I will add one more empty value, write data to seasoning sheet. Okay, so after extract seasonings, next after extracting seasonings, go to stores and store listing. Extract stores. Okay, start capture. Store listing, click on store listing, pause, resume. Let me just click on stores, store listing. This is not coming, let's stop it. This again is a community version, so you may have bugs. I haven't faced any time, but this time I'm facing it. That's fine. Move. Okay, I'll stop. I've saved it. Let's see. So when you save it, it will be stored in this particular place as is process SSP. Let's kill this process. Task manager. Task manager, task capture. Let's see. Apps. Okay. I have my task capture. Let's send this task. Okay. As this process. So were you able to understand what we are trying to do or not till now?
Yes, Ashok. But in industries, they use something different to prepare these PDDs.
No, we will use either Visio or task capture. Normally, Visio is also one tool.
Yeah, yeah.
We used Visio, right? Like to create flowchart. So this
Yeah.
is just to get the flowchart. Okay, extract stores. Now after extracting the stores, this is not having items, but let it be. I will add one more step. So after extracting the stores, what we do? Let's go back to inventory, filter all the items. Let's add, go to Excel sheet. So here, go to Excel inventory sheet. Okay, next for each item, like this particular item, next item. So can we, if we take next item, this is the item. For each item, what we need to do, for each product ID, extract new pricing and address. For each product ID, extract price and address. Okay, so after adding extracting all the price and address, we need to add what? Create a create a Word document, or sorry, filter items, filter data based on highest price. Okay, filter top 3 based on highest price. Create a, what is that sheet name? Create a you can say invoice sheet. Create a assessment sheet. Create an assessment sheet with top 3 prices. Okay, and then stop. Now, were you able to understand this complete process or not? First we are navigating it and extracting the values, extracting the beverages, extracting seasonings, then extracting the stores. And once we extract the stores, go to Excel. For each product ID that we have, we'll take those product IDs and then close the process. Okay, so this is our complete as is process. Now tell me one thing, if we want to create something on a PDD level, then it will be tough, but task capture gives a option for you to export it as PDD. Inventory management, automation, and this is the PDD, and the description. This process will help in automating orders in Pega application. Okay, type, I can write my name and all the authors. Let's assume that we have multiple authors. There can be multiple authors, right? Satish, Krishna. Yeah. So I can select what is the format that I want and the quality of the images. You have seen the images are captured, right? So which one? You can select whatever you want for now. This is Automation Hub PDD and this is UiPath PDD. Irrespective of what it is, the content will more or less be the same. And if you want to add in your organization, if they follow some different template, they can come ahead and come and add this one as well. It's completely your own wish, but the idea is how you will what are the details that are available in this. We'll close the meeting in 5 minutes, but next activity is you all must work on this and you need to create this PDD. Download the task capture and install in your machines. Create the PDD by yourself. I have missed few options, but you should not miss them. Just add all the details. Open file. So while we create the PDD, we will have most of the questions that we need to answer will be answered, or we will be able to understand. So again, this one is the name and this is the description, and here see the purpose, each and everything you will be able to see over here. Okay, so let's hide this particular item. So what's there in this? So what is the purpose objective key contacts, who are the main persons. So let's go one by one and see what is the purpose. So this document will help in creating an as is process and a to be process, like what is the current process and what is the future process, how it will be. Okay, next, in this PDT, this is the communication between business analyst and the SME process owner. So who creates this document, by the way? Can anyone tell me?
BA,
Yes,
business analyst.
exactly. But in some cases, if business analyst is not available, normally when we started, we used to do everything like development completely from no SME, yeah, SME from the business user, not a process owner, like not the client, but the business user. We will create all the document, we'll make this understanding, and we'll send them for review for them to accept. Now, what is the main objective of this automation? To reduce the processing time. For example, to manually do it, let's say that it's taking around 15 minutes time, or let's say that it's taking 1 hour. To reduce it to 80%, it means that we are doing it within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So we are reducing the processing time here, and better monitoring of overall activity by using logs provided by the robots. It will clearly show what are the logs that's done. So if you see here, it's giving me key contacts, so I can just add the details, insert rows below. Okay, so role, this is process delivery head, okay. Krishna is SME, or you can also say, and Satish is BA. So business analyst, and we can also have insert everyone who are key contacts for this one. Insert call rows below. So we will have Pratyusha, she is developer. Okay, now let's add one more, let's add in fact 3 more. Insert rows below. So we have tester and team lead. Okay, team lead and someone else. Maybe we'll just add 2 more members, Kishore and Chetan. Okay, your contact details and any notes if you want, you can give. Okay, so something like he is the primary contact for development, something like this. Okay, so what is the prerequisite before you start an automation? You need to have a filled process definition document and test data. So here let's assume the training to open span inventory, this is the production data. If we have any test application that will replicate this process, we need to ask a user to give the test application for us so that we can see or we can work with it. Okay, now as is process, we'll need to mention what is the current as is process. So this section contains general information about the complete process. So what is the process full name? Inventory management automation. Process area is order processing. Department is inventory. Short description and roles required for performing this particular application. So if I am in what role, I can be a user role, that's fine. So I can be a user role. Process schedule frequency, how many times will it run and how many days will it run. So daily 10 a.m. at 10 a.m. it will run. Number of process times the process is run by the selected frequency, like how many times will it run on a month, you can tell something like that. But if you observe something here, process execution time, this 26 seconds is captured by task capture. Okay, while doing the task capture, it found out the 26 seconds it took for us to do that activities. Okay, now see, if there are any process restrictions like on Sunday, don't work on this project. So for this one, on Sunday, on weekends, don't run the bot. So because on the weekends the process may not be happening. All these are business use cases. Peak period, during holidays, during sale periods, festive sales. So instead of running it once on a day, we may run it on an hourly basis. Peak volume example. For example, here we may have 4 items. Here we can have 50 items per time, per execution. Okay. Number of persons currently working on that. Let's assume that there are 6 members or 5 members head count working on this one. Expected volume increase next periods. Let's assume that again all these are assumptions to be given by business owners. Okay. Percentage of unhandled exceptions. For example, if a bot stops, then is for example a website is down, this particular website is down, so we need to write an email stating that the website is down and bot is not able to handle. So if there are any such scenarios, we need to mention over here. Input data description, um, data scraping, data from website directly. Output will be um, inventory report in PDF, sorry, in Word. Okay. Next, here we need to mention what are the applications we will use. Application name, this is, I'll keep it on the top, name is Chrome browser, and this language, application language. Okay, so if we are using CSV, some CSVs can have comma separation, some CSVs can have colon separation, something like that. If you want to mention, we can mention. This is Chrome again, client is Chrome, and instead of this one, Pega application. Okay, and here environment access method, like how are we going to access this particular this is a dev environment, and any comments we can mention. And here we will also mention Word document, Word, or you can say, what is this one, application name is again, this is a thick client Pega application. Let's correct it. Application, this is available in Chrome, and this is a thin client. So do you know what is the difference between thin client and thick client?
Thin client means it is completely on cloud something. No need to install it.
Yeah. So see, if you open calculator, this calculator application is inside our machine, but to access Pega, should this be installed in our machine? Any kind of
No.
such access is a thin client. Remote desktop connections, VMware connections, all those are thin clients. Okay, now here if you can see, all the map we have given, or all the process that we have captured came as a high level process map, and detailed process map, this is to be updated, hashtag to be updated. Okay, we'll do it tomorrow. And here we are going to see how many processes are there, how many windows are captured, or how many actions are available, how many mouse clicks, each and everything will be captured over here if you are using task capture. And if you can see here, this one, sign into Pega application with Google Chrome, there are 3 mouse clicks. Okay, or you can also say text entries or key pressed, something like that. Everything will be captured over here. Now detailed as is process, like how many steps are working on, and for example log into web application, it's taking 5 minutes. Navigate to application URL. Okay, This is taking nothing. Enter username. You need to enter username. Action click. Instead of action click, you need to add type into something like that. Password, you need to enter the password, and you need to click on sign in. So tell me one thing, if you see this document, will you be able to understand what you need to do or not? Click
Yes.
inventory screen, and as is extract all the inventory table. So I'm trying to extract all the inventory values over here. Navigate to beverages, clicking on beverages. Okay, so this particular document will act as a base on how you need to work to develop this particular code. We will see about RE framework, we'll see about multi-board architecture in the later stages, but you need to first understand what is the current process. So for understanding the current process, this document will be very useful. Okay, so along with our current activity, are there any other activities that are impacting us? For example, there is an update of this Pega application that's happening. So if this is a parallel activity, let's assume that we are working on something and all of a sudden functionality got changed. Okay, so how will you able to change that value? So all these things you need to identify. Out of scope, if what we can say, if maintaining Pega application, or if there is any data missing in the web application itself, so we are not going to monitor it, we are just going to scrap the existing information. Okay, so if there are any business rule exceptions, we will mention it over here, and any application errors, what we need to do. Previously encountered application plans, if there are unknowns, these exceptions are the ones that we are not aware of. What we need to do, application crash, action, send email, or retry for 3 times. Okay, recover and retry 3 times, action to be taken. So application crash at any action, send parameters can be error message, and recover and retry for 3 times. After that, just throw error, close the application. Reporting, how many reports will you do? Process logs, you need to update daily. Process logs monthly, you need to check them monthly, like how many transactions are completed, how many are pending. Error logs daily. Next, any other information like video recording of the process, business rules library, documentation, standard operational procedure documents, any of the SOPs. So all these documents you need to have. So how much time do you think it will take to complete a PDD? Be seeing all this, how much time will you take to complete a PDD and to start with development?
To fill in all the details, it might take time. Maybe,
10
no,
minutes
20,
20 minutes,
no, 20 or 15 days.
20 or 15 days?
I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
normally what we do, any kind of automation will be divided into 3 types, or complexities, based on complexities. Low complex, medium complex, high complex. Okay. Low complex projects are the ones that take around 4 weeks. Okay. Medium complexity, 4 to 8 weeks, around 4 to 8 weeks. And high complexity, 8 to 12 weeks. So any project that's going on beyond this one, we need to subdivide into multiple sub processes, and we need to automate, because see, automation's main target is to move the code to production as fast as we can. If we are not able to do it within 3 months, then by the time it moves into the production, the requirement might already be completed. Okay, so for that, in this 4 weeks, we will take First week, documentation, design. Second week and third week, development and testing. Fourth week, SGD, UAT, prod, and hypercare. Like after fourth week, it's hypercare, but we will be able to complete things within 1 to 4 weeks. Okay, so see, this kind of development or this kind of dev PDD creation can take around 3 to 4 days. For our process, it can take at least a day, at least 1 day to create initial version, create a draft version. Okay, and 2 days to send it for review. Okay, and business also needs 1 or 2 days to review it, because they will not sit only on our document, right? They will have other activities as well. We will give a grace time of 2 days to approve. If they come back approving that, meanwhile we will start with the development. Okay, now did you understand all the activities, what we are trying to do and how we are working on?